Next part of the chapter is motion in two dimension or motion in plane. If a particle, this is a plane, consider this is a plane, and if particle travel like this, so it does not travel completely along x-axis nor completely along y-axis. It travel in both the direction, x-axis as well as y-axis, because particle has traveled like this. Suppose a mosquito has entered a room and that mosquito is trying to bite a person. So that mosquito will follow a certain path to bite a person, and that path will not be along a particular line. It will be along a x-axis as well as along y-axis. So such kind of motion is called as motion in a plane. Okay, so if the motion of a particle involves displacement in both the axis, both the direction, x-axis as well as y-axis, then we say that motion of the particle is in a plane. Now, as we have learned about average and instantaneous velocity, we also need to study average and instantaneous velocity for motion in two dimension. Now, as see here, this is a graphical representation of the motion of a particle performing motion in the plane. So motion has done displacement in x-axis as well as in y-axis. This was this initial point, this is their final point, this is origin. So there is a displacement from here to here. You can see the particle has moved from here P to Q. So from P to Q, what we have did, we have drawn a perpendicular to x-axis, perpendicular to y-axis. This is from point P. Same we have did from point Q, perpendicular to x-axis, perpendicular to y-axis. Now what we have did, we have subtracted final point of x-axis from final point of initial point of x-axis. So we have got a distance between along x-axis, and that is a displacement along x-axis denoted by delta x. So delta x2 is a final point and delta x1 is initial point. So we have subtracted x2, delta x2 minus delta x1, we have got delta x. Same way we have did here. This is y2, this is y1, final point on y-axis, initial point on y-axis. We have subtracted y2 minus y1, we have got delta y. Okay. Now see here, they have considered a position vector of a particular particle. So the position of the object described along by position vector is x1. This can be written in terms of component as x and y. So it is written what? x1, this was a particle x1 that was performing a motion, is equal to x1i plus y2j at time t1. And at time t2, where it has reached q, that time we can write x2 is equal to x2i plus y2j. So the displacement of a particle from t1 to t2 is shown by the curve pq, this curve pq, in time t, that is t2 minus t1 is the time required by a particle. Now if you want to write a average velocity, then we write what? Along x-axis. Okay, it can be delta x upon delta t is equal to x2 minus x1 upon t2 minus t1 I. This is along x-axis, plus y2 minus y1 upon t2 minus t1 j. This is along y-axis. This is a combined velocity, that is displacement along x-axis upon time and displacement along y-axis upon time required. Okay, so this is combined velocity called as average velocity. So we can write what? V average is equal to average velocity along x-axis plus average velocity along y-axis. Now see, if average velocity is a vector whose direction is along x-axis. Then that is along its displacement. So in terms of a component, magnitude v and direction can be given by v is equal to under root of vx square plus vy square. Vx square plus vy square, and the direction, that is tan theta, theta is equal to tan inverse of vy upon vx, vy upon vx. Same this can be obtained with help of the derivative. So I was telling you that this derivative was very important, on which you people have not given that much focus. Now you will realize how much important that calculus part was in chapter 2. Now see, here if you want to find the derivative, average velocity, then we express the velocity as limit delta t tends to 0, delta x by delta t, that is equal to dx upon dt, that is along, okay. And if you want to take derivative of this, then what we get, that is dx upon dt I plus dy upon dt j. So the derivative along x-axis plus derivative along y-axis. So displacement, derivative of the displacement along x-axis, that is dx by dt, and derivative of the displacement along y-axis, that is dy by dt. So average velocity is given by under root of dx by dt square plus dy by dt square, and tan theta is given by dy by dx, because dy by dt divided by dx by dt. This is a parametric function that we are going to learn in derivative in standard 12. What is parametric function? So we get dy by dx, that is called as slope. Next is average and instantaneous acceleration. Same as velocity, we have to deal with acceleration, as velocity is rate of change of displacement, that is derivative of displacement with respect to time. Here acceleration is rate of change of velocity, so derivative of velocity with respect to time. Okay, there was x upon delta t, here you will get delta v upon delta t. So if v1 and v2 are the velocities of the particle, v1 is the initial velocity and v2 is final velocity, then average acceleration is given by v2 minus v1 upon t2 minus t1. Along x-axis and y-axis we can write what? That is equal to v2x minus v1x. Okay, that is final velocity along x-axis v2x, initial velocity along x-axis v1x divided by t2 minus t1. Same way along y-axis, final velocity along y-axis, that is v2y minus v1y upon t2 minus t1. So we get what? V average, acceleration average, A average is equal to A average along x-axis plus A average along y-axis, where AVX and AAVY are the x and y component of average acceleration. So the magnitude of acceleration is given by what? Under root of A average x square plus A average y square. And the direction is given by tan theta is equal to A average y divided by A average x, theta equal to tan inverse A average y upon A average x. As we have obtained the velocity in terms of derivative, we have to obtain it in the terms acceleration in terms of derivative. So acceleration A is equal to limit delta t tends to 0, delta v by delta t. Here delta is not written, it is delta t tends to 0, delta v by delta t, that is dv by dt, that is dvx upon dt plus dvy upon dt. This is in terms of acceleration in terms of velocity. Now we know what? Velocity is a derivative of displacement, so we can represent this acceleration in term of displacement. So d by dt we will keep as it is. What is vx? We have obtained here. What is vx? Vx is dx by dt. And what is vy? dy by dt. So in place of vx here and in vy we will put that values. So d by dt we have kept as it is. In place of vx we have written dx by dt, and in place of vy we have written dy by dt. Now if you see here, what we get, d square upon dt whole square. So d square x by dt square. Similarly, d square y by dt square. So that we have got d square x by dt square I plus d square y by dt square j. This is an acceleration in terms of displacement. Okay, so if you want magnitude and direction, then we get magnitude A is equal to under root of d square x by dt square whole square plus d square y by dt square whole square. That gives you magnitude of acceleration, average acceleration, and the direction if you want, then we get tan theta is equal to dvx by dt divided by dvx by dt. So dt get cancelled, we get dvy by dvx. Okay, that we get tan theta is equal to tan inverse of dvy by dvx. I hope you have got this point. Now next point is relative velocity. What is relative velocity? We will see this relative velocity. Before that, we have the equation of a particle. Let us discuss this. Equation of motion of an object traveling in the plane with uniform acceleration. Now what is uniform acceleration? Uniform means same, not going to change. Okay, so with same acceleration, a particle is performing a motion. We are going to see the equation of that. So let initial velocity of the object be u at time t equal to 0, and its velocity at time t, that is final velocity, is v. Acceleration is constant, so average acceleration and instantaneous acceleration will be equal. That is clear, because initial velocity is u, final velocity is v. Okay, and acceleration is constant, so average acceleration and instantaneous acceleration is nothing but same. By the definition of acceleration, what we have, a is equal to, acceleration is equal to velocity upon time. So what is velocity? Final velocity minus initial velocity upon final time minus initial time. So final velocity is v, initial velocity is u, so v minus u divided by final time is t, initial time is 0, so we get a is equal to v minus u divided by t. So if we shift this t to the left side, we get at is equal to v minus u. So if we simplify, then we get v is equal to u plus at. This is nothing but first kinematical equation. V is equal to u plus at. These three kinematical equations you should know very well, because they are always required in physics for solving number of numericals. What we have to do, acceleration is equal to velocity upon time, final velocity minus initial velocity divided by final time minus initial time. Final velocity is v, initial velocity is u, divided by final time is t, initial time is 0, so we get v minus u divided by t. If we shift this t to the left side, we get at is equal to v minus u, so we get v is equal to u plus at, because when we shift this u to the left side, u will become plus, so we get v is equal to u plus at. This is our first kinematical equation. Now let the displacement from time t equal to 0 to t be s. The displacement of particle is s. This can be calculated from average velocity. So v average is what? Initial velocity plus final velocity divided by 2. So what is initial velocity? U. Final velocity, now we have the value of final velocity, that we have to put divided by 2. So v average is equal to u plus v divided by 2. Now see, we have what? Velocity. We have to find displacement. Now by definition of velocity, what is velocity? Displacement upon time. So displacement is velocity into time. So I have written here s is equal to v into t. So what we have to do? We have to multiply t to both sides. So v average into t is equal to u plus v divided by 2 into t. So see, v average into t is equal to u plus v upon 2 into t. That is gives nothing but displacement s. Now u will remain as it is. V is u plus v divided by, okay, so sorry, v is what? U plus at, so we will put here u plus at. Okay, now if you simplify, what we get? 2u plus at divided by 2 into t. So if you simplify, we get what? 2u upon 2. So 2 will get cancelled, only remain u. U into t, we get ut. Okay. Similarly here, at upon 2 into t will be t square. So we get half at square. S equal to ut plus half at square. Once again I am repeating, we have average velocity is addition of both the velocity divided by 2. Here 2 velocity we have u and v. So u plus v divided by 2. But we are interested in displacement. So displacement is nothing but velocity into time. So S is equal to velocity into time, that is v average into t. So S is equal to v average into t. So as we are multiplying t to v average, we have to multiply here also. So u plus v upon 2 into t. Don't think about this. Got it? U plus v upon 2 into t. This is same equation, just multiply both side by t. So we get v average into t is equal to u plus v upon 2 into t. Now what we have to do, value of v we have to put from this equation 3.30 here. So we get what? In place of v, u will remain as it is, and in place of v it is u plus at. Now u plus u, it is nothing but 2u. I will just simply see. It is 2u plus at into t upon 2. Now if you split it, you get 2u t upon 2. 2 will get cancelled, remain what? ut. And here at upon 2 into t, so you get at square upon 2. So it is half at square, and that is nothing but displacement. S is equal to ut plus half at square. This is our second kinematical equation. Now if we resolve equation 3.30 and 3.31 into their x and y component to get corresponding scalar equation, then what we get? Vx is equal to, along x-axis and along y-axis, these are velocities along initial velocities and final velocities along x-axis and along y-axis. We get Vx is equal to ux plus axt, Vy is equal to uy plus ayt. Similarly, displacement, Sx is equal to x. See here they have written Sx is equal to uxt plus half axt square. Xy is equal to uyt plus half ayt square. So these are the equation of a motion for an object traveling in the plane with uniform acceleration.